Hi, fourth graders, it's Miss Leon, and we are going to start on our next lesson, which is 3-5, arrays and partial products. So remember the other day we talked about what partial products were, where I said we have the word part in here and we have the word products. A products is the answer to a multiplication problem. And partial means it's just part of the answers. We have to put them together. So we're going to use tools, different tools, and multiplication strategies to find the products. Okay, when we talk about multiplication strategies, I'm going to show you 3 different strategies today on how to multiply. Our problem is going to be 245, or 245 times 3. The first strategy I'm going to show you is the area or the array model. So in the area or the array model, I take 245 and I break it up by place value. And then I'm going to have 3 on the side. So in this box right here, it will be 3 times 200. In this box, it'll be 3 times 40. And this box will be 3 times 5. And I'm going to shade those boxes accordingly so that we know the different parts. So when I multiply those parts together, I know that 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2 zeros is 600. That 3 times 4 is 12 plus a 0 is 120. And 3 times 5 is 15. So I'm going to have to take these partial products. Again, remember I talked to you guys about that partial product business. I have to add these 3 things up to get my end product. And my end product after adding those together is 735. Now I'm going to show you how to do the same problem, except we're going to use base 10 blocks. Okay, just a little key for the base 10 blocks so that we remember when we have a flat like this would equal 100. We have a long, like I draw it like this, or a long rectangle, that would be 10. Or if we have a dot or a little tiny square, that would be 1. And that's how much those are worth when we draw our pictures. When solving this problem with base 10 blocks, we're going to need to draw the number 245 in base 10 blocks and doing that in 3 rows. So in row 1, I'm going to draw 245. So that looks like this. 2 squares, 4 tens, and 5 units. I'm not only going to do that one time, but I'm going to do that a second time and a third time. So now I went ahead and I drew out 245 in 1, 2, and 3 different rows. So the next step is we are going to go ahead and we are going to count up what we see. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600s. So I'm going to go ahead and write down at the bottom that I have 600. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 tens. So I'm going to write down 12 tens. And then I'm going to go ahead and count my units or my ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to then add them up. I have 600s, so 6 in the hundreds place. I have 12 tens, so 12 tens, and 15 ones. And it's going to be my job to add those up. And when I do that, I get 735 as the product, just like I did when I did the area or the array model. So now I'm going to go on and teach you a third strategy. And now we're going to baby algorithm. This is the part that your parents will probably like the best. We are getting into the neighborhood of what all of us adults call the math that we learned. So we're going to do baby algorithm where we do 245 times 3. So here's our first step. This is a distributive method. That means we are going to take the 3 and pass it out to each place value. So we start with the place value closest to us, which is the 3 ones times the 5 ones. So 3 times 5, which is 15. Now we need to distribute this 3 times the 4 in the tens place. So that's 3 times 40. When we do 3 times 40, we take what we know, which is 3 times 4 is 12, and we add a 0 on the back. So we need to put the 0, the 2, and the 1, which is 120. Now we need to distribute this 3 that we have here to the 2 in the hundreds place. So that is 3 times 200. And so when we do this, we find that 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 more zeros, which is 600. These three amounts, 15, 120, 600, are all of our partial products. So what we need to do is we need to put these partial products together. And what we get is, again, 735 as our final product. So continue with this learning. We find that our partial products here will add up to our answer 735. And it didn't much matter if we did this in baby algorithm, if we did it in the area or the array model, or if we did it in the base 10 model. Any way you did this, you are going to get the same end product, which is 735. So I want to just say before we go on, please remember it doesn't much matter which strategy you choose when you decide to multiply larger numbers. But what is important is that you understand place value and that you understand how you are getting your answers. So I am going to give you these strategies and we will practice each of these strategies, but then it will also be up to you to use what strategy you find best works for you, that you understand and you can explain to find the accurate answers, because you will be asked to explain your thinking. So again, I'm going to have this video here for you. You can replay it, you can watch it, and you can help yourself remember each of these different strategies and try each kind and see what you like best. Good luck.